What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be destroying another Omega figure. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I've used this body to make a Boba Fett before. And to keep in line with the Mandalorians, today I'll be making this Ragnar off this base body. So I'll break it down to you exactly how I made this. This guy wasn't really too hard to make. I think painting was the major issue because he just has so many colors. The head's by Skylu 3D. I follow him on Patreon, but he sells his 3D models over on CG Trader, and also there's a bunch of shops that make his 3D models when they come out. So if you want to make this custom, go ahead and follow him. But we're going to go ahead and get right into it, and I'll show you exactly how I made this guy. Here he is with just the helmet on. It's just blue tacked on there. I want to remake the belt in the lower piece. So what I think I'm going to do is flip it around like that so that I can have everything I can make that slit in the front bigger to match the show. And to remake the belt, I have this bandolier from the Mandalorian, and I think I'm going to cut the belt buckle off and then maybe use this strap to make the whole belt. That way it look a little bit more accurate. Not perfect, but just a little bit more accurate to the show. I cut a chunk out of that front piece just so I can have that spread out a little bit better. And then I cut this off of the Mandalorian harness and glued it. I'm going to glue it underneath that piece so it's kind of hidden. And then I finished his belt. I took the belt buckle off the Mandalorian's belt, and then this is the bandolier. I just glued the belt buckle on there, and I'm going to glue that on there like that. First, though, I'm going to take this apart, and I'm going to Dremel down the existing belt. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Dremel down this kind of top piece here, just so it looks all smooth and uniform. And then I might Dremel down this lower part of the forearm, Dremel that down so I can make a glove, maybe. I'll have to do some sculpting. And the upper arm too. I'm going to do some sculpting on the upper arm because in the show he has like a short sleeve over his long sleeve. So I'm going to see if I can sculpt something like that. Sculpted the gloves. And then sculpted the sleeve on the upper arms. And for the gloves and the knees, I sanded down these joints just so there's a gap there. So when I go to paint, it hopefully won't rub off. And here's the waist piece primed. Hopefully this looks good in the end. The knees, you can see I sanded those too. That helped the paint stick too. So let me finish priming and then we'll paint. As you can tell, I've kind of missed a few videos here with the painting. This whole painting process though has kind of been random. Like his colors are so weird in the show that I've just spent most of the time just mixing colors and painting on there and then seeing how that looked. So I'll go over what I painted everything. I was still not done, as you can tell. The original head I printed, the primer didn't want to stick to it, so I had to reprint the head. So I haven't started painting it yet or even primed it. So that's probably the last part I do. I painted the neck black, and then the boots, the gloves, and this underbelt part, I painted them just like leather brown with a little bit of red mixed in just to lighten it up a little bit of red and yellow. So there's the brown, just leather brown. And I've used a little bit of this scarlet and then just regular flat yellow. So that's kind of what I mix together to get that leather color and make it a little bit brighter. For the blue, I use this dark blue and kind of mixed it with a little bit of just regular white and a little bit of black. Just plain black. That's the blue part. That's the leather part. For the undersuit, the khaki color, I would suggest just trying to find a good dark khaki. But I use this color with, mixed it with some leather brown. And then I bring that back with some, I think it's just with the brown. I think I just use those two. Just a little bit of brown to make it a little bit darker because this is pretty light color. I think that's just about it. With this, with the orangish parts, it was the same three colors. I just kept mixing yellow and red till I got something a little bit lighter. This part, I showed you how I did this before. You can see it's starting to chip. I really have been impatient with this guy, so some of the paint has chipped in places it usually wouldn't for me, like in the elbows and stuff. But I mean, it's not too noticeable. I need to go back over that. But really not that much. These 7 colors is what I used, and honestly, you could probably do this easier if you just went with a straight leather brown for all the brown parts, and if you found a good blue to use. I was just really trying to match based on the photos I saw. Okay, so I'm going to paint this belt, just probably this color, maybe with a little bit of brown mixed in. I want it to be a little bit lighter than the undersuit, so I'll paint that belt, and it should fit on there. I'll probably just come in and paint the buckle with the silver leaf. And then the head, I don't even know how I'm going to do this yet. It's like light blue, dark blue, and then silver, black. This is going to take a minute. But that's where I'm at. So I'll update you when I probably will be finished. So here's the head all painted up. There's a cat hair on it. The blue, I use the same blue I showed earlier. And for the top part, I just kept adding black. Just a little bit at a time until I got a darker blue. And then the bottom part, of course, I just added white until I got a lighter blue. I don't think it's perfect at all, but it matches enough to work on the shelf. The silver parts, I used that Rub and Buff silver leaf to paint it. I wouldn't suggest doing that. It kind of smooths out with the clear coat, but it's still just like chunky and it dries so fast that it's really messy. It doesn't look clean at all. The visor I painted black and I put a resin coat over it, and really I probably should do another one because you can see some places it cured not perfectly flat, and so when the light reflects it kind of looks a little bit off. Probably should do another one there. I think I left off, I hadn't painted the belt yet. I just painted the trim of the belt, that leather brown. And then the middle of the belt, I tried to match this color. I got pretty close. And then the belt buckle, I still use that silver leaf. So the gauntlets and the bottom of the boots, I mixed up like a mustard yellow color just with some of that leather brown and some flat yellow. And the boots look different in the show, but I found this is probably the easiest way to get what I wanted. Also, the back of the boots is rubbing really bad, so make sure you Dremel that down. So here he is with Paz. They look pretty good together. The blues, of course, don't match when they really should, but I don't think I could get it any closer if I kept trying. This was a ton of paint and washes. Hopefully it looks close enough to the show. I think on the shelf he's just going to sit like this with him, so hopefully nobody's looking too hard. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you make this, tag me on Instagram or something. I post my customs there, and like some stuff I'll finish and I'll have a video ready to be made, but I just take forever to edit it. So if you want to see stuff when I make it, follow me there. I usually post as soon as I finish something. I'll post it up there. But thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something. I hope you all have a good day. See you later.